zombie way to remake or not, but like, are you okay to try to remake or?
I guess I'm okay. I'm just really lagging as long as they don't feel it.
I'm not feeling it, so hopefully they don't.
It's weird. Battlenet, please.
Okay, well, let's continue into it. Guys, it's number 3, tied up now 1-1. Bit of an awkward start to this finals of the finals. It is the finals of the group, though, and one of these guys is about to lose their spot in the safety net, while the other one will make it through to the round of 8. I want to remind you all that we are paying prizes out to the 8th place in this tournament, so $50 just for getting through your group. Not too bad. Spawning on the leftmost side of the map, it's going to be the pink Zerg player from Flipside Tactics, JonSnow.
In the bottom right, as the yellow Zerg, it's Catz.
So that was a pretty cool game. I liked it. The end was kind of weird. I so expected that to go in the favor of Catz for a long time, but seeing things like the spine crawlers being advanced forward was really cool as well. So much respect to JonSnow for that much. But this is another big map. Because it hasn't been picked that much, a quick TLDR of the map, you have a little back entrance. Oh, Catz going cheesy this game, we'll keep an eye on that. You got a fairly wide ramp to your natural, wider than most at least, and of course there's some island bases, gold bases, and it's an anywhere spawn map. Oh, both players playing cheesy actually.
Yeah, it was a 14-13 versus a 14-14, both gas first.
I think with the distance of the map, I don't think that'll matter that much.
Oh, it'll matter, okay? It's gonna be what? No, I have no idea.
I can't even take you seriously right now. Like, just that quick response. But yeah, so I mean, this will probably be a little bit scrappy. There are some times where we'll see this actually happen, and as both players send 6 links across the map and walk next to each other, there is that awkward moment where you're like, "Hey," and then you both go home instead of fighting.
Hey. They walk past each other. Wait, because like Inferno Pools is laid out the way it is, can they technically take both or 2 different paths?
Ooh, they might actually, but will the Watchtower see? I actually have no idea. We haven't seen enough on this map to know how that's going to play out. But you're right, it could possibly end up sending Catz north and JonSnow south, and if that's the case...
JonSnow's going to go for Banelings and Catz isn't.
Oh, there's your difference.
This is very important. No, it is. It would be completely awesome if JonSnow also had vision on like the lings. I mean, awesome for both, right? But you know, either player could like keep it at home, really surprise the other player. But as it is 4 spawns, that would have been really lucky.
Just curious, can you hear the fan of my other computer?
No.
Okay, it is wicked loud, and that's concerning me. So I'm gonna have to look into that once we're done with casting.
Yeah, my laptop's been wicked loud too.
Oh well, there's that awkward moment where Catz is like, "You've got more lings than I do," so turn around for a moment. JonSnow actually completely turns around too, because he doesn't know what's coming. Neither player knows whether it's just speed or maybe there's Banelings behind this, so the choice for JonSnow to disengage and go back home actually isn't a bad one, because he'll have Banelings and he can actually fight a defensive fight, but he's also banked up a lot of lings, so at the same time he may hope the Catz didn't invest as much as he did and just swarm across the map, and that looks to be the case actually, so he consolidates all of his lings.
Catz is macroing. Catz, you're not cheesing hard enough.
Yeah, you're yellow like cheese, brah. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. But seriously, JonSnow's gonna have a lot of lings and Banelings over Katz's lings, and that's it. And I guess he'll have a wall off with queens, but
yeah, he can't wall off here because you gotta put the creep tumor down. You gotta get so far out. I mean, did he see the Banelings? I don't know if he saw the Banelings morphing in or not. But for Catz, this becomes a little bit problematic. He does sneak some lings across the map, but he actually is very intricate about the way he walked them in. So he'll get on top of the queen. If he gets on top of the queen, he gets on top of larva injects and might get a Zergling lead through that. But there we go. Awkward way to get on top of the queen. Jones are pulled. We'll see if she can stay alive. Looks like just barely gonna die. Meanwhile for Catz, a Spinecar is on the way, but that's it on the way. The queen's on the ramp. There's 3 of them. Okay, another Spinecar on top of the ramp too. Maybe holds against this, but he's going to take damage pretty much no matter what. I think the hatchery has just got to be sacrificed.
Yeah, I guess so.
This was Katz's lead right here.
Does JonSnow continue pushing, or is that queen dying really affecting that choice? I don't know. It looks like he's going to start joining up again. Does not have enough for his own hatchery. Unless he's putting it on. Nope. But Catz almost does again. Like try and put it down immediately.
He's just trying to wait for the Banelings to, or not the Banelings, the Broodlings to die out so the Banelings wouldn't go off on them, but A couple of transfuses are available. That's what makes this so frustrating. It's not just your typical Zergling push into queens. The transfuses are staying alive for a long time. He's trying to get that next queen in position, but I think he's held this really nicely. In fact, one queen does die, but that spine crawler was a beast. 6 kills on him, 3 on the queen, 6 on another, and of course the one that died, I think at about 7. But either way, that was a great hold out of Catz.
Interesting choice for the Roachborn. It is a little hidden. So I feel like it's always means they're gonna do something with push with it, like basically an all-in, right? Otherwise, it does usually try and wall off, but it's a weird map, so I don't know. You can't really wall off.
I feel like this is a better way to spend a lack of gas, though, at the same time. Like, you haven't invested in your own Baneling nest. You're not going to be able to afford to keep pumping up Baneling after Baneling after Baneling and trading this back and forth. You know JonSnow's a bit ahead of you in that regard. So the choice to actually go for the Roaches, I think, is a good way for Catz to try and get ahead. Plus, he'll be able to actually snipe off any Banelings that continue to come across the map. And he's even got an eye on his opponent's natural base, too. I don't know, it was an expensive hold for Catz, but I mean, at the end of the day, they both kind of equalize, I guess.
Yeah, and Catz is going to have, technically, I guess you'd call it a better attack than the Roaches. Although Lings can be very, very good. JonSnow doesn't have any more. Most of them did die in the Queen attack, so that's enough for maybe canceling a third, should that ever get to happen in this game. Oh, fake lair. Ew.
It's kind of interesting. Catz could maybe get the Overlord shimmied around to see it. If he is going to continue with the all-in, though, I mean, it's slow Roaches across a map this distance.
Oh, Catz? Yeah, I guess he's not going to go for it.
No, I'm talking about JonSnow, like faking out the lair like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, maybe he's hoping that Catz misreads that as Mutalisks and plays super defensive, but even then, I don't understand the fake.
The Overlord's gonna see it as soon as possible. It's right outside of the ramp, so like you're right. It's gonna be a long time that Catz is like, okay, like you're attacking me. I can see it.
Yeah, it's maybe it was just simple as he wanted to actually go for a lair, but didn't realize his Catz was scouting. I don't know. He does start the layer up now.
Let's start it. Accidental canceled? I don't know. I do not know. But they have both come to a point that was familiar. You know, they got to the Roach point, maybe without a third, and that's a little weird. But JonSnow, this indecision has affected him more than any, like, you know, lack of just winning the game has. Like, they weren't even drones, and then now they're definitely not.
Yeah, then somehow he falls off by 10. The layer timing is so much later. It's not like his army is toppled because of this. Like, you know, sometimes you're down in drones because you invested in more Roaches, and bam, it's 22 Roaches versus 4. But that's not the case, and this is a long diagonal map, and there's, a lot of things working against JonSnow right now. But we said this last game too, and he turned it around, so I'm not going to count him out or anything, but he does find himself very awkwardly behind.
Cat's gonna have those upgrades as well. Far, far ahead. Unless JonSnow throws in a second Evo chamber.
Dude, so, alright, hear me out. What if, you know, this is like some super tinfoil hat stuff, just pre-warning here. But like, what if Zerg actually exists in the universe, right? And one day, thousands of years from now, they're actually not bad. They're our greatest allies as a human race. And they go back to our archives and see this game of StarCraft 2 where we're just slaughtering them.
Well, to be fair, they're slaughtering everyone, too.
Well, I'm just saying, what if, I mean, that's the case, you know, suddenly that's how the Zerg become our enemy, because they saw that we were treating them like garbage, because we had invented something that, I don't know.
Zerg is treated the most like garbage. I mean, like, no one likes anyone, or some people like some people, like, no matter what race, and a lot of people hate people because of that race and whatnot, but Zerg is the one that we, like, tested on, and...
It's just, like, the neglected. It's always the one in the corner.
Wasn't there some, like, missions where, like, there wasn't even a Zerg, like, doing anything, but you were just, like... Let's go kill him.
Let's make a psi emitter, because that way we could fuck with them a little bit more.
Yeah, like I know they're like the ultimate evil, but yeah, whatever.
Kerrigan wasn't so bad. I'm just saying.
Right, Kerrigan made them okay, right? Like,
no, like, Kerrigan wasn't bad. They just wrote her that way.
Yeah. Anyways, bold move to try and take a gold base on versus any race.
This is, but here's the map length coming into play. JonSnow was down in Roaches by the time Catz moved out, right? But it's taken so long to get across the map, he's actually caught up in Roaches.
Catz, yeah, it's like, I guess he won't quite win this fight. He might. He still has the upgrade lead. Is the +1's just quite not done? Okay, no. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, make it a cancel on the
third.
Nice. It doesn't kill the drone though, so it does get ahead a little bit because of this, however. Oh god, buckle in, Stompergo. I feel like we're gonna have another Deadwing game on our hands.
What sucks is that I'm still lagging, so I feel like I'm 1 second behind.
So is it just
I'm like,
like
oh,
you
he's not
got
gonna
like
commit, and then he commits.
Is it just like you got like 2 FPS right now, or like how's it working?
I mean, I guess so. It's like every second there is a 0.5 second stutter.
You know, I've had that happen before too. There's no way to fix it, which really sucks. I'm just glad it's not happening to me because I'm the one streaming. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
Well, double spines being placed at the third base definitely wants to try and secure this, but again, that whole map distance coming into big effect for JonSnow. Doesn't really have a way to fight this. Catz has got an upgrade lead. Catz is going to have a spread at the top of this incredibly wide ramp, which means there's a lot of high ground vision. And, oh, actually, JonSnow's Overlord floats by, so Overseer. He'll be able to see at least, but yeah, Defender's advantage is going to be way too strong with a capital K.
K makes everything cooler.
But not 3 of them in a row.
We got JonSnow going for the banelings again.
It's weird because I don't know how much this actually influenced the last game, right? Like the Roach Baneling attack was never that crazy attack that tore a hole through Catz and pushed forward. And at the end of the game, they weren't really used at all because, of course, it came down to Broodlings and whatnot. So a little interesting to see him go for it.
Yeah, and again, Catz going for the Infestation Pit. So. Hey, it's kind of looking like that Deadwing game. It's a lot harder to control 4 bases, though. I'd be really disappointed if they managed to get up to a Greater Spire and not have any severe, like, back and forth, because this map just asked for it, like...
Ooh.
Well, that's weird. That's weird. Oh, that's awkward.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to turn around and the pathing got him here. That kind of sucks.
No, now JonSnow's stuck between an army and, well, his bases. Like, just run around? Run around? Okay.
Rock in a hard place. Catz going for Fungal Growth, I guess, with Battery Glands upgrade coming out, but I'm kind of looking at this map, right? Like, okay, they got their thirds, and they both took them in the same bases, but where do you take the 4th on this? Like, the gold base is not just exposed, but it's also got a high ground cliff that can be taken advantage of. This kind of seems like the most opportune, the ones on the sides, but Catz is also the only guy I ever saw back on Waste Station who would take island bases, so I'm kind of hoping that comes into play too.
That would be cool.
Yo, a Nidus Worm? Because A, it would transfer to the base in the middle, like the island, but B, it would like go across the map if you want to attack.
And C, it would scare your opponent super hard.
Yeah, C for scary.
Close enough.
Well, I mean, a C can make an S sound because the English language sucks with a capital C, so...
That's true. It doesn't make any sense, which is why we can say Vanna.
And I love that you can spell sense either way. God.
Homonyms.
Hey, you can't say that. Oh, wait, never mind. That's cool.
Wow, it doesn't sound anything else. I knew what you were thinking. I just feel like that made me worse person.
Homonyms? Sorry, I pronounce it differently in Canada.
Quame.
The camera looks different over here. Alright, so we do have the army starting to move out. The weird thing is, though, they do have a lot of vision on each other's side of the map, so it's fully obvious where each of these armies are going. JonSnow has less overlords granted than Catz, but still knows precisely where those infestors are heading. So with 56 roaches versus 61, the banelings being the key difference here with those infestors, fungal growths are going to look so good. Sadly, though, of course, you need 2 to really lock this down. Last time we only had about 3 infestors, and they were on the front lines. This time, Catz actually keeps them safely nestled behind, and with even upgrades, he should be able to push this back. What's really nice, though, is if JonSnow pivots for even a second, a fungal growth goes down, and he'll pick off like 7 or 8 more roaches. No problemo, but not wanting to get caught in a concave, Catz decides to back up. That fungal growth goes down, forcing the fight once more. Less roaches available to get involved. More shots going off for Catz, plus the fungal growth doing a little bit of damage. We see a lot of roaches for JonSnow getting quite low, but we're gonna have to double zoom out for this fight, guys, because it's still 43 roaches versus 20. And while Catz is losing the fight, it's his side of the map. Defender's advantage is gonna kick in, and JonSnow, he's gonna, I don't know, counter push with like maybe a handful of roaches. It's not enough to end the game.
JonSnow suddenly dips down in supply hard. He used up his bank when Catz still hadn't used his, and then Catz used his. So Things are looking a little bad right now, but I think Cat's gonna give enough time to go ahead and recuperate and get back up to a good supply. I did take the gold behind this, but the infestors find it. Hey, infestor hit squad.
Yeah, but they're all out of energy, so not impressive infestor hit squad.
Well, they'll just chill, catch their breath a little.
I hope
and
we go
then
to the high ground to chill. Oh, he's actually
they'll
gonna
do it.
load the infested Terrans up there. That's interesting. A couple will get caught by the overseers.
Did JonSnow notice?
I don't know.
I guess
Kind of just
not.
looked like an A move.
Yeah, it did. Well, Catz, he's about to do a lot of drone damage.
Well, I kind of think it'd be better to wait though, because he's only gonna be able to pop out like 3 infested Terrans now, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, situate your main army somewhere too. It either draws the army there, or you catch another base by surprise.
Well, I guess this is where the game starts pivoting in a big difference. You know, we have both players on a 4th, but one's a gold and one's not. So technically, JonSnow's gonna have a little bit better money income, but it's kind of going back to what you said earlier, where, hey, it's like an adrenaline rush. Maybe JonSnow gets some momentum now, but that's not gonna last. And Defender's Advantage is a hell of a thing in ZVZ. So pushing across the map, it is even upgrades once more. The roach count is 52 to 46 in the favor of JonSnow, but there's some Hydralisks in play now too, and Catz has got a little bit more in that regard. But those drones are going to be killed. Doesn't go for infested Terrans at all, but goes for fungal growths instead. So about 9 workers killed between the bases. But also pulls all the drones off of mining to transfer between them. So actually losing out on a ton of income right now.
Oh, okay, that's the good army coming back to save him. Well, how many infestors did he lose in that? He didn't save all of them, did he?
4. Total of 4. A couple got out alive.
But it's still, like, that's cool and all. They have been, like, you know, butting heads, but nothing really happened after that big fight. You know, despite having a 50 supply army supply lead, not only is the army supply, again, basically, like, almost even, the bank is still good because JonSnow took that gold.
Well, no high ground vision. Drives off mining again. I mean, it's really weird to see a gold base so easily shut down by so little, but
After habitation habitation.
yeah.
The easiest gold to have.
Oh, some awkward infestor positioning, but you know, spine crawlers are going to be a lot of damage. The roach count is again definitely in the favor of JonSnow, but fungal growths, oh, they bring so much extra to that fight.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous. The infestors are caught a little off to the side. They're not throwing down those fungals.
There we go. Land some of the Hydralisks. That's going to be really nice because, of course, Hydralisks don't have a lot of health in the first place. So I think it's about like 4 fungals or so back to back. Catz looking pretty good as this fight goes on. However, he is losing the Roach War. The question is, will those Hydralisks be enough? JonSnow basically had no Hydralisk involvement in this fight. Because of this, Catz gets the concave with the Hydralisks. He's going to push this back. But JonSnow, he's using his bank. He's trying to remax through this. He's not going to have nothing back at home. But defending that 4th might be a little bit too much. Catz has such a big army with 33 more roaches coming up behind this. Looks like we had some infestor harass go off in the main. Pulls the drones away, and there's really not that many drones in the first place. So JonSnow losing this gold might be what ends his game and what might end his tournament career in the safety nets.
Yeah, I think so. He's down in a big way. He's down in upgrades now. He's down in army supply. Now he's down in drones, and the tech isn't even there. Like, the infestors are still alive for Catz.
Infested Terrans are kind of a funny thing to see, but you can't ignore them. They don't have a lot of damage, but they got enough damage. Especially on squishy units like Hydralisks. We got more Infested Terrans here on the left side. What little mining there is only happening at the natural. Good game is finally called. Ladies and gentlemen, Catz will take the series 2-1. He'll join State in the round of 8. That rhymed.